The night was dark and unforgiving as I navigated the deserted country road, enveloped by an eerie silence. Rain tapped rhythmically against my windshield, mirroring the anxiety building inside me. The echoes of a haunting tale my friend shared at the bonfire earlier refused to leave my mind. Dismissing it as mere fiction, I focused on the road ahead. Lost in my thoughts, I glanced at the rearview mirror and caught a glimpse of distant headlights. I wasn't entirely alone on this forsaken road, but the sight did little to comfort me. My heart raced with every mile covered, a sense of unease gnawing at my soul. To distract myself, I turned on the radio, hoping to find some solace in music. Static filled the car, followed by a chilling voice that seemed to seep through the cracks in reality itself. The words were faint, but their unsettling nature sent shivers down my spine. Panic rose within me as I tried to change the station, only to find the radio inexplicably locked onto that eerie broadcast. My grip on the steering wheel tightened as the voice grew louder, morphing into a haunting chant that invaded my thoughts. I closed my eyes, attempting to regain my composure, but when I opened them again, the road seemed to stretch into an endless abyss, flanked by gnarled trees that swayed menacingly in the gusty wind. The headlights behind me vanished into thin air, leaving me utterly alone in this nightmarish landscape. My surroundings appeared distorted, surreal, and my car seemed to accelerate involuntarily, defying my attempts to slow down. Fear gripped me as I realized I had lost control. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the darkness, a pale, spectral woman dressed in tattered garments. Her hollow eyes bore into my soul as she reached out with spectral fingers, caressing the window. Her chilling presence filled the car, and I felt a rush of cold air despite the closed windows. Frantic, I slammed my foot on the brakes, but the car remained unyielding to my commands. The woman's whispering intensified, her words now clear in my mind. "You cannot escape. You have entered my domain." Her voice was hauntingly beautiful, yet it carried a malevolence that paralyzed me with terror. The road ahead twisted and turned, transforming into an otherworldly maze, the trees surrounding me closing in like a tightening noose. I screamed, the sound barely audible over the spectral woman's haunting melody. Tears streamed down my cheeks as the reality I once knew crumbled around me. Fear and desperation consumed my very being as I felt myself drawn deeper into this nightmarish realm. Time lost all meaning as I continued my nightmarish journey. Each twist and turn brought me closer to madness. My eyes caught fleeting glimpses of horrifying apparitions lurking in the shadows, forgotten souls lost to the darkness of the road. An eternity seemed to pass before a flicker of hope emerged, a distant glimmer of light in the blackness. The spectral woman's singing waned as I approached what appeared to be an old, decrepit gas station. With trembling hands, I parked the car and stumbled out, seeking refuge within the desolate building. The interior was even more decrepit than the outside, cobwebs hanging from the ceiling like ethereal threads. An ancient radio stood on the counter, static emanating from its speakers. As I turned my back to it, the chilling broadcast returned, the voice now clearer than ever. "Welcome, dear traveler. Your presence pleases me." I spun around, and there, standing before me, was the spectral woman. Her beauty was ethereal, but the darkness in her eyes spoke of unspeakable horrors. "What do you want from me?" I stammered, my voice barely audible. "I feed on fear," she whispered, her voice sending shivers down my spine. "And you have brought me a feast tonight." In that moment, I understood the truth. I had stumbled into a realm where nightmares came to life, and I was trapped in its clutches. There was no escape, no respite from the terrors that lurked within. The hours blended into one, each moment marked by indescribable horrors. In the end, I was left broken, my mind fractured by the relentless assault of terror. As the first light of dawn approached, the spectral woman vanished, leaving me alone in the forsaken gas station. I crawled back into my car, the sun now rising, illuminating the world with its warm embrace. But the horrors I had witnessed in the dark of the night were etched into my soul forever. Since that harrowing night, I have never driven alone after dark. I bear the burden of a knowledge that cannot be shared, for who would believe the tale of the desolate road and the haunting specter that forever haunts my nightmares?